Good morning, everybody, and welcome to MarketStream.live. This is the overnight action report from Japan. My name is Joseph Cusick from the Cusick Group, and securities are offered by MoneyBlock. So let's take a look at all the overnight action that happened in Asia. We did have an announcement from President Trump that we will be withdrawing from the Trans-Pacific Partnership, otherwise known as TPP. We did have have football on the mind. New Zealand's Prime Minister, Bill English, come out and say that there will be some form of free trade agreement with the U.S. That, at least that's what the possibility is at this juncture. Taking a look at the Japanese Nikkei, lost about 1.3%. This was the worst performing index out in Asia. Showed relative weakness among basically because of the strength of the yen, trading at 113.69 against the dollar. It added about 0.8% to the upside against the U.S. dollar, and there's continued uncertainty on how President Trump and his policies are going to deal with the dollar. He said, you did hear comments that he felt it was too long. This is putting pressure on the U.S. dollar, and it is popping currencies across the globe. Taking a look at stocks that were on the move in the Nikkei, Olympus, Yamaha Motors, Hino Motors, Fast Retailing, Casio Computer, and Mitsubishi all lost between 2.1% and 3%. Now, we did see that Toshiba has rebounded from its recent weakness due to its exposure to some U.S. nuclear power plants. It spiked about 9.1% overnight. EWJ is trading at $50.49. That's the ETF that you can use, the country ETF for Japan. Right now, pricing in over the next 4 days a range of either up or down 64 cents or 66 cents right now, and $1.08 for the next 11 days. Vol is still really cheap. Watch the $50 level. That's going to be a critical level to hold for the bulls in Japan. Taking a look at China and the Shanghai Composite, gained about 0.4%. Basically, they're benefiting from the temporary reserve requirement ratio. It's being cut by the PBOC, the People's Bank of China. That was announced late Friday. Now, the Chinese markets are going to get a little bit light on volume. They're going to have their Lunar New Year celebration at the end of this week. China television media, as well as Dalian Thermal Power, all advanced about 4.7% and 6.3%. There was no notable large cap movement in the index. FXI tracks those large cap stocks in the Shanghai Composite, trading at 36.29 in that country ETF. Over the next 4 days, pricing in a 68-cent range, either up or down in this $36 ETF, and $1.07 for the next 11 days. Not a lot of vol being priced in. We're going to watch that 36.24 level. That's going to be a critical level for midterm bulls. If it doesn't hold, you could see some volatility potentially come in to the FXI markets, but there really is none at this juncture with implied volatility rank down at like 2%. Taking a look at Hong Kong's Hang Seng, edged up about 0.1%. Gaming names were really the most notable movers, as well as some consumer names. We did have Sands China as well as Galaxy Entertainment and Want China all gaining between 1% and 1.2%. China Petrol and Chemical added 1.2%. And PetroChina and CNOOC, which is the largest state-owned oil component, both lost about 0.8%. EWH, which is the country ETF that tracks Hong Kong, trading at $20.73. Basically pricing it over the next 4 days, 23-cent range, and over the next month, actually in the next day, 23-cent range, either up or down. In the next month, about a 75-cent range over the next 25 days. Watch $20.50, $20.40 very closely on this ETF. That's going to trigger maybe a shift in sentiment if, in fact, it starts to break through that level. Taking a look at finally India's Sensex, rose about 0.3% overnight. GAIL, Tata Steel, basically gaining between 1.4% and 2.4%, while you had some mixed action in the financials. You had ICICI Bank and Axis Bank posting losses of around 2.3% and 1.2% respectively. You did have HDFC though and SBI, both climbing near 1.1%. EPI is the country ETF. It's trading at $20.69. Next 4 days, expect a range of somewhere around 50 cents. And for the next 11 days, 63 cents. The critical level that you're going to want to watch right now is going to be that 2050 level, 2050, 2055 on EPI. That's where you could start to see some long-term weakness kick in if there's a dip below that level, especially with volume. All right, folks, that's it for the overnight action report. Join me at 8:45 Eastern time. I will be doing all the market action from Europe. Take a look at that so that you could have some perspective coming into the U.S. Opens. Thanks for watching MarketStream.live, and we'll talk to you soon.